Good evening everyone, I'm James Ford-Bannister, BAFRA Director of Training for 2021 and 2022. In this video we will revisit question 78 from the BAFRA Annual Examination of 2021. So let's break down the question. It's late in the third quarter and Team A trail 36-0. It's 4th and 16 at Team B's 19-yard line. Team A line up to attempt a field goal. Holder A12 controls the snap and places the ball on the ground at Team B's 25-yard line. Before A99 can attempt to kick, B41 bats the ball out of A12's hands. The ball goes straight to A99, who recovers the ball at Team B's 30-yard line and then immediately drop kicks the ball through the posts. Now this play may seem rather simple, but it never hurts to take a visual look at it. So let's have a go. The centre is going to snap the ball to A12, the holder, who's going to place the ball on the ground whilst under their control, ready for the kick. But B41 is going to break through the line and bat the ball out of A12's hands, and it's going to travel immediately to A99, who's going to drop kick the ball straight through the posts. So what actually happens on this play, and what is the status of the ball? Well, Rule 943 tells us that a ball in player possession may not be batted forward by a player of that team. As the batting is done by Team B in this scenario, it means that the bat is legal. And Rule 944, the next rule, tells us that if the player holding the ball for a place kick loses possession during a scrimmage down, it is a fumble and a loose ball. So the status of the ball, once it leaves A12's hands, is a fumble. So we know that we have a legal bat that results in a fumble by A12. But what does that mean in context of the play? Well, I hope you all remember the 4th down fumble rule and that you would be using supplementary signal 31 on the field to remind both yourself and your crewmates of this. But how is this applied? Well, you'll find it under Rule 722A, which tells us that when a fumble is caught or recovered by any inbounds player, the ball will normally continue in play. But there is an exception to this, and that's exception 2, which, on 4th down, before a change of team possession, when a Team A fumble is caught or recovered by a Team A player other than the fumbler, the ball is dead. So in this scenario, we have A12 fumbling the ball, but the ball is then recovered by A99, which means it becomes immediately dead, and the subsequent drop kick that A99 makes doesn't count. Now, you could consider a delay of game penalty here, but since A99 is unlikely to be aware of the rule and does the drop kick immediately, we'd probably give him the benefit of the doubt, as I hope the crew would be blowing their whistles at this point. So what does this mean in terms of clock statuses? Well, let's first look at the play clock. As Team A has not made the line to gain on 4th down, Team B has been awarded a first down, which means we meet a 25-second play clock under Rule 324C6. However, the game clock is a little bit more interesting, and you'll find out why by reading the first line of the question. Team A trail by 36-0. As the differential is more than 34 points, as found in Rule 332, it means we'll be in a running clock scenario, which means, despite the fact that we've had a change of team possession, the clock will continue to run. So what do we know? Well, we know we're going to award the ball to Team B because Team A did not successfully make the line to gain on their 4th down play, nor did they successfully complete their field goal attempt. It's going to be first down as it's a change of team possession, and it is going to be at the B30, the spot where A99 recovered A12's fumble, and because that spot was behind the original fumble spot, we award the ball at the spot of recovery, which is the B30. We're going to have a 25-second play clock, and due to the running clock, the game clock will continue to run. Thank you for listening to this video breakdown of question 78 from the BAFRA Annual Examination of 2021. I hope you've learned something and that you return to us in the future for more of these video breakdowns. I've been James Ford-Bannister, BAFRA Director of Training for 2021 and 2022.